Just 8 games left to go in the Cape Cod League season. Tonight, the final home game before the All-Star break for the Bourne Braves against the Chatham Anglers. Welcome to Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Adam Gackin alongside Cam Manna and Nathan Schwartz. And Cam, last night, I feel like we say this a lot, but a wild game. Fog comes in, just the second time ever at Dorn Park that a game has been completed due to fog.
And there's nothing you can do if you're this Braves squad. You didn't do enough to win 6 innings of baseball, but these baseball games are 9 innings of play, and Bourne will likely play 9 innings here tonight unless something spectacular or crazy happens here. But look, Bourne pitched well last night. The bats weren't there. That's going to happen sometimes. They didn't play 9 innings, so you wash that, you move on to the next day.
Yeah, you think maybe the bats could have come alive in the last 3 innings, but really they just need to be there today. They were there 2 nights ago against Harwich with the 10 runs, but tonight against Chatham, the offense has to come alive again.
And you just have to continue to do what you did in that inning, and that's just find ways to get on base. And you go back to that 5th inning where they had 7 runs against Harwich the other night. They get that big fly from Kojul. They were drawing walks. They had 4 or 5 in that inning, and they were taking care of the opportunities presented to them with those wild pitches. So all you have to do is continue to just stack those base runners, and good things will happen.
Well, hopefully for Bourne, that happens on offense. On the other side of the ball, it's Tyler Fay getting the start, his 2nd of the season, and his first time out against Falmouth. He was really good.
He went 5 innings, no strikeouts was the big thing that we talked about, but Fay was in the strike zone when it mattered. A lot of swings at his strikes, and it was crazy to see that he was throwing more balls than strikes, but when he attacked the zone, he was getting outs. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Fay's been consistent for the Bravos, and a guy here tonight where Bourne's pitching staff has been so great. We talk about hitting being contagious. The pitching right now has been contagious for the Braves.
All right, well, we'll see what happens tonight. It should be a good one. First pitch coming up at 6 p.m., but before that, we'll continue on Pregame Tomahawk Talk with an interview with Marek Houston. Adam Gackin here with Marek Houston ahead of Bourne taking on Chatham. Marek, you've been named an All-Star. You've been named a starter in the All-Star game. What's an honor like that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, I'm coming out here not knowing what to expect in the Cape Cod Baseball League and playing good enough to make the All-Star team. It means a lot.
And we're heading towards the end of the season now. Just 8 games to go. You've played a lot of big-time baseball at Wake Forest. You won the Perfect Game League championship last year, so you know what it takes to win these big games. What's most important this time of year?
Yeah, it's all about getting hot. That's what everyone says, and that's what we're trying to do. We're going to get the bats rolling, try and stay hot for when that playoff comes around. So I think we're in a good spot, and we're going to try and win these next couple games.
A lot of your success this season has come in the leadoff spot. Your on-base percentage close to 500, but today you're down in the 2nd spot in the batting order. How does your approach change when you're moving?
Yeah, it changes a little bit. You got a guy in front of you. If he gets on, you got to kind of become that situational guy. Got to bunt him over, move him over some way or another. And if he doesn't get it done, I got to get it done. So it changes a little bit, but it's good.
Last night was a very weird night. The second fog out, second time ever at Dorn Park. A game has been stopped due to fog. And when you guys don't get to play all 9 innings, how do you kind of try and flush that from your mind, knowing that you maybe could have come back?
Yeah, we kind of just throw it out the window. We don't really pay attention to it. We just take it one step at a time. We're going to come out here today and play baseball and do our best and try and win a ball game. So
Thank you very much, Marek.
Thank you.
Adam Gackin now joined by Sean Brennan here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk ahead of Bourne taking on Chatham. And Sean, once again, a managerial change mid-season for the Anglers. Last year, they had Tom Holliday start things off, and then an interim manager, and then an acting manager. This offseason, though, they brought in Jeremy Schinger out of Georgia Gwinnett, one of the more well-respected coaches around the nation. But last night, he announced his resignation due to personal and family reasons. So they go with Eric Beatty as the new interim manager, someone who is very familiar with the Cape Cod League.
Oh, very familiar. As a player, we're going to start there. In 2014, he actually played for the Bourne Braves. He was a pitcher, went 46 innings, only allowed 2 earned runs. That's good for the 3rd lowest ERA in Cape League history, so you can imagine that got him a place in the Cape League Hall of Fame. Now, as a manager, he started in Hyannis 2 years ago, was there up until last year, accrued a 47, 33, and 8 record, so very solid stuff, very solid resume as a head coach. And now he comes here to Chatham, a team that, the vibes have been good with them all year. There's a lot of buy-in, they're a loud dugout, and I don't really think this coaching change is going to change anything negatively. If anything, it's going to be positive. Another piece of adversity for them to rally around, and this is a Chatham team that's hot. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but they're in a good spot right now, and I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, Beatty, as the manager of Hyannis, won Cape League Manager of the Year as the interim manager back in 2022, so he's a good coach. He is an accomplished coach, and he's taken over a team that's been playing some pretty good baseball recently.
Yeah, they have 16-15 overall. They're 11-7 in July, and it's really been their offense. Their pitching has been middle of the road, good but not great, but the offense has been spectacular. The fourth most runs, all their offensive stats are in the top half of the league, and it's not just one guy. It's up and down the lineup. They have contributors all around, and they're sitting at 16-15. That's good for second in the Cape Cod East Division, so they're looking to lock up a playoff spot in these next couple days.
And with as good of the bats have been recently for Chatham, today on the mound they're going with a starter in Lucas Hartman, who is brand new to the Cape League.
Yeah, he's out of Florida Gulf Coast, and he was pretty solid this year, 61 innings. His ERA was a bit high, 5.7, so a little bit left to be desired there, but his strikeouts, he had 60 in 61 in 1/3 inning, not a lot of walks, so I don't think we're going to see him struggle with control today. I think we don't know what we're going to get, but I think he's going to be throwing strikes, and he looks to be a solid addition for this Chatham team.
It's always interesting when you have a brand new pitcher come into the Cape. As you just said, you never know what you're going to get. Well, first pitch coming up at 6 p.m. You don't want to go anywhere.